Hello folks, today we are going to learn how to find the percent of a number utilizing fractions and proportions. In a fraction you have a numerator and a denominator, and the numerator usually represents the part and the denominator usually represents the whole. You have a part and you have a whole. For example, say you have a pizza. In total, it has 10 slices. That's your whole. You ate 3 out of the 10 slices. That's your part. Say you took a quiz. You got 11 of the questions right. That's the part. Out of a total of 15 questions. That's your whole. Breaking down the word percent. The word cent in Latin means 100. The word per basically means out of. So if you have 32%, that means you have 32 out of 100. If you have 76%, you have 76 out of 100. We're going to use the next thing I show you to solve these percent problems. So it is very important, this next thing I'm about to show you. This right here is your percent value, this right here is your part, and this right here is your whole. The reason why I didn't write the word part and whole is because when you read these problems, they're not going to use this word. You're going to have to figure out what the part is, and you're going to have to figure out what the whole is. So the reason why I wrote is and of is that these words, the word is going to indicate your part. The word of is going to indicate your whole. So it will help you identify what your part and your whole is. Some problems you're going to find the percent value. Some problems you're going to find the part. And some problems you're going to find your whole. Alright? So let's go into these example problems. What is 40% of 50? By the way, like I said, this thing is very important. So I wrote it on a sticky note so that I can carry it around with me as I solve these problems. Okay, what is 40% of 50? So it gave me my percent value, which is 40. That's always out of 100. It gave me my whole. What is 40% of 50? That's my whole. And I knew that because, well, I'm the teacher. And number 2, it was indicated by this of. I don't know what my part is, or in this case, my is. So I'm going to represent it with an x, and I need to find out what that x equals. This is your proportion. That's when two fractions equal each other. To find out what this is, I had to find out how I got from here to here in order to find out how I'm going to get from here to here. So from here to here, what happened was division by 2. That's the pathway I took. I'm going to take the same pathway to get from here to here. Divide by 2. So in doing that, 40 divided by 2, my x is going to equal 20. In other words, 20 is 40% of 50. 20 is 40% of 50. 20 is my part, 50 is my whole. 40%. 20 is 40% of 50. Let's go on to the next problem. 2 is what percent of 20? 2 is what percent of 20? Be careful. It didn't give you the percent value. It gave you the part. See, you got indicated by the is. It gave you the whole, indicated by that of, and it wants to find the percent value. So that percent value is missing. That's what I want to solve for. Again, my part is 2, indicated by that is. My whole is 20, indicated by that of. So how do I get, to find out how I get from here to here, I'm going to have to find out how I get from here to here. So to get from here to there, I gotta multiply by 5. I'm going to take that same pathway to get from here to here. Multiply by 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. X equals 10. 2 is 10% of 20. 2 is 10% of 20. Okay, next problem. 32 is 64% of what number? 32 is 64% of what number? 32 is my part. 64% is my percent value of what number? So I need to find the whole. In other words, it's kind of like I got 32 problems right, but I don't know how many problems were on the test. I'm trying to find out the total amount of problems on the test. So I got my percent value, always out of 100. I got my is value, my part, and I'm looking for that whole. I don't know what this whole is. Okay, so to find out how I'm going to get from here to here, I need to see how I got from here to here. To get from 64 to 32, I'm going to have to divide by 2. That's the same pathway I'm going to take to get from here to here. Divide by 2. Alright, so 100 divided by 2 is 50. X equals 50. That means 32 is 64% of 50. This is your part, this is your whole, and this is your percent value. Alright? What is 60% of 40? Okay, I got my percent value, 60. It's always out of 100, setting up this proportion. I got my of value, my whole, which is 40. What is 60% of 40? I need to find out what this x is. So in order to find what this x is, I need to find out how I get from here to here in order to see how I get from here to here, which is where I want to be. However, going from 100 to 40 isn't so clear cut. I can't divide by like a whole number. Like 100 divided by 2 is 50. You know, like, so how do I get from 100 to 40? In these type of situations, when there's no clear cut pathway, what you gotta do is this trick called cross multiplication. What I do basically is I multiply this by this, this by this. Okay? The steps are always the same. So this by this and this by this. So 40 times 60 is going to be 2400 equals 100 times x is just 100x. This means 100 times x, by the way, even though there's no sign in between them. I'll put a little dot. There you go. And then what I do is I divide both sides by whatever is attached to that x. Because by doing that, these cancel out, leaving that x by itself. 2400 divided by 100 is 24. So 24 equals x. I found my x using this cross multiplication. Again, all you got to do is cross multiply and then divide by whatever is attached to that x. Cross multiply, divide by whatever is attached to that x after the cross multiplication. Alright, I hope this was helpful.